you are interested in learning CDM and how you got into this course. Maybe Abhishek, if you can call out the names, that would be easier, I think. Student one by one, they can introduce themselves.
Yeah. Mm, we can start with Shruti, I guess. One here.
Yeah, Shruti. Shruti, are you there?
Or Pravalika as well. Yes, Pravalika.
Okay. Pravalika. I don't see any response. Maybe you can go with the next person.
Shushmita. I request everyone to just feel free to talk. It's not like a traditional teacher kind of thing. We should be engaging, right? Yeah, it'll be more helpful for you guys as well to perform in HR rounds and everything. More you talk and more you get. So yeah.
That's right.
Like if anyone interested, just you yourself can come and talk. Like just
Unmute
brief
yourself.
out. Yeah, admit yourself and just brief out.
Hi, I am Shambhavi. I'm currently pursuing MSc in microbiology and I'm from Jain University. I got to know about this session from my HOD only. She had posted it. And currently, I'm just looking out for all the options that I have that gives me an employment. So I'm just interested to know what this CDM is and what other opportunities it has for me.
Thank you, Shambhavi. Who would like to go next? Nobody wants to introduce? Adyaksha?
Hi, hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yeah, I'm Adyasha, and my batch is of 2023. I already graduated, and I've been working, but it's quite like off field. So I'm testing my waters in CDM. So I want to learn here and want to grab a job in CDM ASAP. Thank
Okay.
you. That's all about me. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else would like to volunteer to introduce yourself? Okay, anyways, because it's a first meet, maybe that there is a shyness, that's okay. So thank you for those who have introduced, that is Shambhavi as well as Adyasha. So I will try to explain very briefly in this class. As I said, this is not a teaching class, it's just the demonstration. Just briefly explaining to you all guys as to what the CDM is. In the upcoming slides, I'll be explaining the course details, and then if you have any questions, you can always get clarified. Okay. Uh, Okay, so this is the slide for you to know very briefly as to what the CDM is all about. Some of you would have already done the exercise to know the CDM details, and while others might be interested to hear from me to know about the CDM. So here, as the name implies, clinical data management, it is the data management of the clinical data. Okay, so in simple words to explain, it is managing of the data relating to the clinical trials. So for you to understand what the clinical trial is, like any drug before releasing to market, okay, we have to, we have to ensure that all those clinical data is collected, managed as per the regulatory requirements. There is a procedure, there is certain process that we have to follow. Otherwise, we would not get the approval for the drug. That's how the importance of this clinical data management lies in the clinical trial phase. Okay. And the goals of the CDM, as I said, we have to obtain a very high quality. That is, the data has to be accurate. Accurate in the sense it should be free of the errors. For example, if you are collecting the data, instead of entering the weight of the patient as 50, by mistake you are typing as 500, adding one more zero, the value changes, right? So we cannot afford to do such kind of an errors. So as data managers, it is our responsibility to ensure that we get the accurate data. Okay. And then any data that we are collecting from the clinical trial, we cannot have the missing values. It cannot be incomplete. We have to ensure that all the critical fields, all the data that is required is completed by the hospitals or the sites in which the clinical trial is running. Okay. All of the patient's data has to be in-house for us. So we have to ensure it is accurate. We have to ensure that it is complete, and the data has to be reliable. So this is the main goal of the CDMs. And to do this activity, we have certain procedures, we have certain tools, and we have certain processes that we have to follow. Okay, those processes are all bound to regulatory requirements. So we cannot deviate to it. So because of which the CDM plays a very critical role in the clinical trials. Understand? All right. So now, why you have to choose CDM as a career is this slide explains. This is a very nice slide. The metrics that is being data being collected by our Clinformatiq team. They have reviewed various, the career hiring tools, and they have collated this information. They have found that there are many high demand for the CDM roles. Okay, so this itself shows the importance of the CDMs in the clinical trial and how the demand is in the current the demand currently. So this is a metrics taken very recently, that is in June 2025. And there is whoever is getting into the CDM, we get a global exposure. Any of the clinical trials is not done in one remote places. It is international team sponsors wherein we get the exposure to. Okay, so that's a very nice, the team efforts and getting to know as to how the collaboration to be made to run a clinical trial or to handle a protocol. Okay. So, and also this is an evergreen skill. It's not that any time, any drug that has to come to a market, clinical trial has to be done, and clinical trial cannot happen without the support of the clinical data managers. Okay, and with AIs, it's not that our roles is getting vanished. It's just that the AIs would support our activities. Some certain of the things which you have been doing it manually, maybe with the AI support we will be able to speed up, but definitely it's not taking away the role of the CDMs. Okay, so this is the reason as to why you have to choose the career in the CDMs, and it has got a very bright future. So much I can definitely say to you guys. Okay, so this is our course structure. We have planned this course for 1 month, that is 4 weeks duration. And the session timings, we would decide based on the team availability. And the sessions would be like 5 classes per week, 1 hour session from Monday to Friday. Okay, so the mode is online. We would be using the Zoom meeting for our sessions. And how we have planned the sessions is that this 4 week curriculum, each week we build from the previous classes. That is, we start from the basics and then dive into the CDM processes. one after the other. So we covered the startup and then the conduct and then the closeout activities. So by the end of the classes, you should be knowing what the CDM is all about and feel very confident about it. So in the last week, we also plan to give the practical exposure of the tool that is very commonly used by the CDMs day in and out. Okay. So when I'm talking about activities I would be covering. As I said, we have three of the phases: startup, conduct, and the closeout. For any of the projects that we are handling in the CDM, we split that phase into three. Startup would be the preparation phase, wherein we are designing the database, the tool that is needed for collecting the data. So that would be the startup phase. And in the conduct phase is where the clinical trial is happening and we have started collecting the data and we would be managing the data. So there are various activities that I have listed over here. So all of these activities, like how the data entry would be performed, the discrepancy management is like, it's nothing but finding out the errors. There is a process like how we find out the errors. Then the coding, that is also a very unique term that is used in the CDM process. You will be understanding the basics relating to coding and how the data review is performed. Post production changes is like once we have the entry started, like if there is any changes that would happen to the system or to the forms that we have developed, how do we manage as the data managers? That we will be looking into. SA reconciliation is safe serious adverse events. This is very critical because the clinical trials is all about the safety of the patients. So this reconciliation is very important to ensure that the data that is captured relating to safety across different database is matching. So this is one of the very one of the major activities that the DMs would be doing, and I would be giving the basics relating to this reconciliation. And then, of course, is the data transfer, because once we have handled everything, we would be finally or giving the data to the statistical analysis. Once our work is over, we would be performing the transfer, and that also is, there is a process wherein we have to follow. So all of these activities I'll be explaining to you in the course. And then comes the closeout phase, where once the study ends, there is again a procedure that we have to follow to close all of the activities and then perform the system lock and archive all of the documents that we have handled throughout the clinical trial phase, and then finally perform the final transfer. So all of these activities you will be learning during this course. Okay, so this is the mm, so the best part with Clinformatiq, where there is a lot of efforts put to give the practical exposure. So along with the theory, we would also give you hands-on experience on how to create the case report forms. CRF is nothing but the case report forms. This is the forms where the data would be collected. So it is, as data managers, it is our responsibility to design those forms. Okay, so how you would design those forms, and edit checks are nothing but it's a kind of a tool to identify the errors. Okay, so how would you create those edit checks? So all these practical exposures we will be providing, and also we will be giving you an access to the EDC, where you will know as to how to log in and navigate within the EDC system. EDC is nothing but the electronic data capture system. Okay, and also how to handle the user administration. Users is nothing but how would I give you the access? How would we revoke the access of the person? So all these activities you would be learning, and also the site as well as the patient setup. Okay, so sites are nothing but the hospitals where the clinical trial is happening. So we need to give them the access, right? So, and also we have to set up a place for them to enter the data relating to that particular site. So there is a process, there is a step by step, the guidance within the EDC through which you will be able to perform all of these activities. And then you will be given a form to design where you will be adding the visits. Visits is nothing but whenever the patients are coming. That is all planned for the project as to whether they are expected to come weekly or monthly. So whatever is planned, so accordingly we have to create the visits within the system. And for each of the visits, what is the data that we would be collecting? So you will design the forms, that is the case report forms within each of these visits. And in the forms, you have to create the fields, like whether you want to collect the height, weight. So those fields, how to add as per the the specifications. So all those things you will be learning in the practical sessions. Then you will also do a data entry on this case report forms and understand as to how the hospitals or the at the site, which we refer to the hospitals where the trial is run, how those people would be entering the data into the system. So that exposure also you'll be getting. Then query management. Queries is nothing but the questions, where you want to get the clarifications. We don't write an email, or we would contact the hospitals to clarify. Everything would be done within the system. So how exactly you would be communicating those queries to the site? How you would be creating? How would you post it? And how would the site answer those queries? So all of this process you will be able to understand in the session. And then the last is the source data verification. That is, source is the first file where the patient data has been captured. Okay, so when we go to the hospital, what happens is when we are hospitalized, there will be one record the nurse would be maintaining, right? So where the first time they are collecting my height, weight, blood pressure, the details in one of the form, that becomes as a source file. Now, people with the monitoring kind of a role, they would be doing a verification whether the data from the source file, whether is it the same being entered into the EDC system. So that we call it as a source data verification. So you will learn each of this once you enroll into the course, and all these terminologies. Many of the terminologies are very new to the CDMs. So all of these you will be learning, and you'll be more confident because you will have the practical exposures at the end of the course. So this is how we are planned with the practicals, especially with the electronic data capture system. Okay, so this is my last slide. I just want to let you know that our approach at Clinformatiq is like, yeah, we are very systematic way. We want to train the students, and also we want students to become confident at the end of the training to face the interviews very confidently. Okay, so we will train you people. You will get the chance to practice, and with these two you should definitely be able to crack the interviews and succeed in getting the jobs that you are looking for. So we will be providing the hands-on practice, that is in within the session. I'll be asking you people to create the forms, create the queries. So all that will be done within the class, and all of the major processes that the data managers would be handling, that is the discrepancy management, all that you'll become very familiar by the end of the practicals. And also we will be giving guidance throughout this course. Any doubts, you can always contact me. I'll be your mentor, I'll be your coach for this entire batch, whether we are splitting the batch or we are keeping as one based on the time that Abhishek will be looking into. So for all of the batches, I'll be your mentor, I'll be training you, I'll be teaching you. So anytime, any kind of a doubts, you're free to connect with me and get it clarified. So that one-to-one kind of a mentorship support will always be there for you guys. So so from our end, what we are focusing is like this practical skills should give you confidence, and along with the certifications, you should be able to crack the interviews. I myself has been worked in companies. I have interviewed the people. What is currently happening is for the freshers, so like the way you people have trying to be upfront, undergo the training and be prepared before the meeting. That is what has the weightage. So when I take the interview for one of the positions, if I screen 10 to 20 CVs, okay, the person who does well in the interview is the person who will get the job. Somebody who time, who has put efforts to learn, understand about the CDM before even getting into the CDM, I would really appreciate to take that kind of an individual. Definitely, they will stand out. They will be doing the interview much more better than the person who would not have learned anything about the CDM. So, if you want to excel, you want to be the first that taking up such kind of course and investing on the knowledge more than anything. Investing on the knowing about the knowledge is a best part for the students, I would say. So this is our plan, and a brief introduction to our course. So I have done in 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. This is a chance for you to ask any of the questions and get your doubts clarified. Anything for that matter, where you know questions relating to your career, anything you have, you please feel free to ask.
Ma'am, I had a doubt.
Who is this?
I'm Shambhavi.
Shambhavi. Yes, tell me,
Uh,
Shambhavi.
this clinical trials go on for a very long time, like in practical situations, years together. So, how long can one project go, and that clinical data manager has to be in that project? Like, what would be the duration of one clinical trial stretching out?
Okay, so clinical trials, there are various phases: phase one, phase two, phase three, and phase four. Phase one studies are short duration studies. Okay, it can go up to 6 months, 1 year. Then, as we go to phase three, as you said, it would be 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Okay, usually the sponsor's expectation is that whoever is part of the study should stay in that study, because the learnings, it'll as the days goes, you'll become more familiar on that project. So usually the tendency is to keep the same people working for longer time, but in reality that may not happen, because new projects keeps coming and we have to relook into the resources. As long as there is no other projects coming in, you will tend to be kept in that project for a long time, unless your managers look for any other opportunity or a new project where your support is needed. Then you will be shifting to the other project. So the duration, whether it is short or long, unless there is a company's requirement to move you out of the project, only then the change will happen. Otherwise, you will stay till the database lock. Does
Yes.
that answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Thank you.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Who is
Uh,
this?
yeah, ma'am, I'm Adyasha.
Adyasha. Ah, yeah, tell me, Adyasha.
Ma'am, being a fresher, if we get into CDM and interviews are being held in this, so do the interviewers expect that the fresher should have hands-on experience on practical applications or in CDM tools?
They don't expect. Even if I'm interviewing, I don't expect. But when I interview 10 people, in that one person has done a course and he has familiar with all of the process of the CDM, and he has done well in the interview. And apart from these aspects, there are other things also which we will be looking into, the soft skills and the other aspects. If everything is fine, then my tendency is to take the person who has done who has done the preparation relating to the CDM. You got it. Actually,
Yes.
it should not be the expectation. As freshers, for the CDM, there should not be an expectation. But in as I said, among the CVs that I have got, if there is one person who has completely understood the CDM, then it's easier for me to handle that person once he joins, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. So the tendency of the managers will be to go with the person who knows about the CDM.
Basically, if that person has knowledge on theoretical part, they have a good solid foundation on CDM, so the person have a higher chances of selection.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
definitely.
okay.
and we see that this happening, so I have done quite a few of the interviews. I see, such kind of courses people have taken up, and automatically they stand out compared to the rest of the people who have applied for the job.
Ma'am, I was applying for CDM only, like 2 to 3 days, and also it's been a week that I'm looking. They are not asking. I don't know. I'm not getting freshers role. They're asking. They must be having 2 years of experience at least. So
We have
yeah,
to
this.
wait for the fresher kind of a job. Okay, so when they wanted experienced candidate, then that would be for the experience. If they're taking up for the lower roles, then we have to wait for the freshers openings.
Okay, okay,
It's not always they'll be looking out for experienced candidate. When they will look for the experienced candidate is like, somebody is leaving and they want to fill that position. They want to fill for that particular uh, experience place only. So then they have to, they will roll out for the experienced candidate. But if they're getting a new project, it's a big project, and they wanted many data managers to handle that project, then they will be hiring the freshers. Good questions. I want everybody to come up with some questions, you know.
Hello, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi, Swapnil. Good
Yes,
evening.
ma'am. Ma'am, can I ask one question if you don't mind?
Yes.
Like the thing is that when I asked around, usually the course will be going on for around 3 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I know, in Clinformatics it's around 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
So what exactly will be the difference, ma'am?
See, what I have, I had students earlier who have done that kind of a course, and still they have come to me. Reason is I was not ready to take them. Okay, so because it would be repetitive, right? So having done that 3 to 6 months of course, and then joining my course also, so I usually do not take people if they have already done the course. But when they express to me saying that they are not confident about it, and I don't know, I'm not saying all of the academic institutes, but to the people wherein they have expressed interest to join this course, they have told that they don't have the practical exposure. That is one thing. And there is possibility of what I'm covering. This is a tight packed course, what we are delivering. Whatever you have to learn in startup conduct and the closeout, all of the activities we'll be teaching in 1 month. I can drag the same for 3 months to 6 months. We don't want people to be hold for so long, and then after 3 months you're going and applying. Even this also, this 1 month also, I was asking, Bharat, as to whether can we shorten so that people learn quickly and move out and start applying for the job.
Uh, Hello, I can jump in here as well. So, Swapnil, I am Bharat, and I also have around 5+ years of experience in CDM, and I'm also one of the director for this Clinformatiq Academy. So, for your question, we can drag the course for 3 months to 4 months, but let's say maybe you might know the phases of the clinical trials, what is the definition of the clinical trial, and so on. Let's say if we take 10 days to explain you the definition of the clinical trial and about the phases of the clinical trial, what is the use for you? The market is competitive right now, and it's better if you learn it quickly and apply the jobs quickly, because so many candidates are coming out, so many graduates are coming out to the market daily. And if we are late and if we drag the course, I don't think there is a sole purpose of why we need to drag the course. That's the whole reason. We just want to complete the course in 1 month, so that the candidates who learn this course will have the basic idea, theoretical knowledge and the practical knowledge, and they can apply for the jobs confidently. That's the sole purpose of why we did it in 1 month. Like it's there are some institutes out there who will drag this course to 3 months to 4 months. I don't know why they are dragging it. It's just a waste of time for the students and also for the institutes. The only thing why they are dragging this course is because the students don't go into the market very quickly, and the student won't ask them, okay, can you give us any job references, so that the student don't ask them. That's the whole thing. They're dragging this course to 4 months or 5 months. So what about you? You want to come into the market very quickly, or you want to be in that 3 to 6 months period?
Come into the market quickly, sir.
That's why 1 month.
Understood, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, because if you see the curriculum, if you joined before, I think in the first 10 minutes, if you are there or not there, I'm not sure. We showed you the curriculum. In that, what is required for the clinical data management, we just add to the curriculum. We don't need what is the clinical trial definition, what are the phases of the clinical trial, okay, what we will do in the phase one, whether it is safety or efficacy. We have all that knowledge. We all have that basic knowledge. We just need to know what is CDM, what are the phases of CDM, what kind of work a CDM will do in the industry. So if we can get exposure to all that stuff within 1 month, if we can get that confidence, we can present ourselves very confidently in the job market. So that's why it is 1 month.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
And I just had one more doubt. I'm sorry that I was unable to join for the first 15 minutes, I guess, because I had some Wi-Fi issues.
Okay.
But I just wanted to ask if will students get help for being placed in companies?
So once we are done with the program, what we are trying to help the students is like we want to check the CVs of the students. We want to make the suggestions to the CVs. So once they are fresher roles in the market, I'm not sure if you have any experience in the CDM, but if you are a fresher, let's say if there is an opening in the market for a fresher field, we will quickly apply to that position. We will share you the job link, and you can quickly apply to that. So once you get the HR round link or something, we can again refresh your basics, and we can again do the soft skill training and the mock interview prep as well. So we included all that stuff into our coaching.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Just depending on the academy for the job, thinking that they will get the job, that is it doesn't work, Swapnil, that way. I don't know, like other maybe Bharat will be able to tell on that as to how other academies are handling that, whether they are able to get the job for everybody. I'm very doubtful about it.
Okay, okay.
That's
Yes,
They
ma'am.
they would commit, but it's not that immediately we'll be getting. There again, there is a delay of 6 months. People had to wait for 1 year to get the right kind of a job.
And
Understood, ma'am.
yeah, once you complete the training, if there are like fresher openings, let's say tomorrow IQA open 100 fresher positions for the CDM field, you can take our team help. Our team will be in continuous touch with us till you get a job. So we can apply for that job with the help of our team. And once the HR rounds or the technical rounds got scheduled, we can again help you to refresh your basics, all that stuff. So it's the thing is like they need to be fresher positions, right? So whenever we see the positions for our individuals, for our students who got enrolled into our course, we will apply for all those students.
Okay, sir. And so for a fresher, how much pay can we expect?
So it depends on the company. So there are three types of companies out there. Maybe the CROs or the pharma companies. So in the CROs as well, there are small CROs, mid-size CROs, big CROs. This IQVIA, this Fortria, Novo Nordisk or Novartis, all these are big size CROs. So if you got placed luckily in those ones, our package will be maybe around. I'm just telling the market trends right now. It is around 25,000 or 22,000 for the freshers. And who has at least 4 or 5 years of experience, they are drawing around 70,000, 80,000 per month also. So it all depends on the CROs, what kind of company we got placed. So for the small CROs, the initial salary is low. I'm saying at least 19,000 or 20,000 for the small scale CROs. But if we got placed in a big size CRO, our package will be way more. So it all depends on the company we got placed.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And think we have one more question from Sambhavi, if I'm not wrong. So you asked about how much time the CDM will be there in one project, right?
Yeah, she had asked that
Yes,
question
sir.
earlier. Yes.
Yeah. So it actually depends. So in my experience, like I have around 5+ years of experience in the CDM, as I said. I have one project, the cancer project. So I have been working on that project for the last 3.5 years. It's a big project. You mean the cancer studies are very large studies. So they will be, if you got into that cancer kind of projects, you will be there for a long, long time. So they will just give you that one or two bigger projects, and you need to be there for till the completion of that project. It might start from phase one and it will go till phase four. So you need to be there till the end of the study. Mostly the cancer projects will be working long time. Let's say any medical device study or the implant study or any the COVID drugs, something like that. It will be for short duration for 6 months or one year. So once we complete that project, the resourcing will be done, and we will be shifting over to the another project.
Yes, sir. But I just had one question following your answer. What if that person finds another good opportunity in some other place and he has to jump from companies? Will that be an option for him to leave that project at that point?
Yeah, it's up to you. You're working on a project for a company. If you got another opportunity in some other company, let's say in some other country, you can go there. It's always
Oh,
you
okay.
can change the companies. It's not like you got stuck in a project and you need to work in that company till the completion of that project. It's not like that. Let's assume if you are studying seventh class, and maybe in our town there is a very big school and the standards are there in that school, and we want to change in our eighth class, so we can change the school, right? It's the same.
Yes, got it. Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
And in your place, some other data manager will be appointed to run that project.
And
Yes.
Adarsh, to answer your question, so if any experienced guy lives in the middle of the project, they can't hire freshers to that position, right? Because client will be looking closely at that CV. That's why they will hire the experienced persons in a bigger project. And somewhere in the middle of the project, if someone leaves, maybe for some personal reasons or professional reasons, they will hire the experienced guys. But for the new projects, they will always hire the freshers. Will that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Any other questions from the team? Some of you guys are very new to this CDM field. We know very well. So from tomorrow onwards, the actual classes will start, and we will start with the basics, explaining some definitions. You might know what the EDC is, what kind of EDCs are there in the market. Let's say Medidata Rave or Viva Vault or the Cached EDC. So you don't know all that stuff. So we will start explaining from the basics. What is meant by EDC? So what we will do after getting the protocol from a sponsor. So we will explain all the terms and also all the basics before starting the study startup process. And once you got familiarity with all those basic terms, we will jump into the main activities of the CDM. I mean the study startup phase, and then to the study conduct phase, and then lastly to the study closeout phase. So these are the main things we need to learn in the CDM.
So, but just to clarify, the first week will be the introductory to all of those requirements for the CDM. So the first week will be covering the basics, and then from second week onwards, we will be focusing on the CDM activities.
Yeah. Any other questions from the team? I know today is the first day. That's why so many people are still shy or inactive. So, uh, so who want to enroll in the CDM course? The actual class will start from tomorrow, as I said, and let's be interactive. Because if you are interactive and if you are active in the class, we can develop our communication skills also. And in the HR rounds, mostly they are looking how interactive you are, what are your communication skills also. So that's why we request all of you to be interactive in the class. It's not like you're asking very small doubt, or you no need to feel shy or anything. If you feel shy, you can message privately. You can message our team. You can message Abhi. Most of you people know Abhi, so we can message him, or we'll be creating a group as well. You can also message in the group. So whatever doubt it may be, you can ask. You can clear it. So let's work together to get placed in a very good job as soon as possible. So if you have any other questions, feel free to ask, or else Abhi already shared the enrollment form link and the contact number of the Clinformatic Academy. If any of you don't have the contact number, feel free to message him or WhatsApp him. He will call you back again in the next 15 to 20 minutes. And if you want to give any feedback to us, just let him know. We can also take that feedback positively, and we can incorporate that also in our classes going forward. So anything you can ask. And also some people, I think they joined from abroad, mostly I think UK or USA. So in UK also we are checking the platforms in UK, the JobServe, the Read, and also the LinkedIn from UK. And we're also going in contact with the CDM people who are working in UK right now to check the opportunities in their companies. So you can message us, and we will share you all those links. What are the opportunities that are there in UK or USA right now? And after completing this course, we'll directly apply for that positions. And let's hope we all get that job. Any other questions, or we can end this meeting?
As Bharat mentioned, communication plays very important role, so how much ever you know, but still communication is very, very critical. So as I said, be very, don't be shy. What I'm looking for in the upcoming classes is a good interaction. The more you ask, the more you learn and understand the concepts well.
That's all for today then. So let's end this for today, and hopefully we'll all collect tomorrow, same time, 5 o'clock.
Thank you, Bharat. Thank you everyone for joining.